You know, I told Dave, I mentioned a minute ago, I'm also on a healthy eating regimen.
How's that going?
Very, very well. Very well.
That's good.
In fact, today I had my eggs, as I have been having. I mentioned that my son broke the eggs. I had him get them at the grocery store for me.
Well, unbeknownst to you until day 3 of new plan.
Yeah, because as I'm working my way down the egg line, I'm like, what's this? Oh, it's yolk that's coming out of the broken eggs on the end.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know not to
Eggs
slam
are fragile.
them. He doesn't realize. He doesn't
Eggs
know.
break easily.
He doesn't know. So Chris Demm joked that I should, instead of scrambling the eggs, just go ahead and drink them raw like Rocky.
Out of a glass.
And my friend Mike, who I go to the gym with, has challenged me to drink 6 raw eggs just before the noon class today.
Ooh.
No, look, I like young Mike's gusto. I think 6 might be pushing it. I think if you could get 1 down, you might want to try.
Let's just go all the way. Let's just do a half dozen.
I mean, you would never eat a half dozen eggs, would
in
you?
the parking lot. No, I would not eat a half dozen eggs. I
Before
don't really want
the workout?
Before. That's what Rocky does.
You'll vomit.
He didn't? Well, no, Rocky probably did.
He
We
might
didn't
have.
see it.
No,
in the montage.
He may have vomited on the
Like,
the top of the stairs.
yeah,
On-
or running through the
yeah.
the market area.
They edited that out of the montage.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
There's some good
When
vomit.
he's grabbing his knees,
Yes. Oh yeah. That's early on. That's early
puking
on.
into the Schuylkill River.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, what I do those eggs for? Adrian said Coco might have time.
He's got salmonella.
So what's your deal in the morning? You put them in the microwave?
No, I just scramble them on the stove.
Oh, that's nice.
You know.
Do you wash your eggs before you cook them?
That's a great question. Now, no. Normally, no. Once, a friend of ours gave us some that were from her yard. You know, she has chickens.
She raises chickens?
And she said wash them because
Right.
you never know what's on. So I did do those. And now that I'm getting yolk, from the other eggs, today when I got mine out, they had yolk on
Well,
them.
you've got a compromised batch.
That's right. So I washed the 2 today. But normally, no. Now, do you wash your eggs?
I don't make or break eggs, but I think my wife does.
You
And I
do.
think she washes them.
And do you, Dave, wash your eggs?
Not if they come from the grocery.
No, I don't either.
In a carton.
They wash them before they put them in those cartons. They go through a little rain bath or something.
Now, here's something I never expected Chris Demm to say. That we were talking about produce. We have a lot of conversations about this. And he said he's doing something new with his apples.
I don't even wash them anymore. I'm just giving up.
Really?
Why?
I just don't know.
Because you're going half mad. You're getting older. You're
Yeah.
older.
He does.
I mean,
That's the one. That's the one thing you used to champion.
You would always say
I know.
that. You don't wash apples anymore?
No, well, we bought. We're fortunate enough to be able to afford organic apples.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and they come in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
So I just eat them.
You feel like they've been washed or whatever enough.
That's
Close
what
enough?
I was going to ask. If they're coming in a bag, then I'd probably feel safer.
Yeah, I don't barehand them out of the bins.
Yeah.
You get a bag of organic
Get
apples.
a bag
and
of
you go on.
organic.
That's surprising coming from you.
It really is. I'm in shock.
Used to be a real stickler. Now, I don't wash them either, but a lot of times I rub them against my chest.
Oh,
Old school. That's what you do when you pull it straight off the tree.
didn't Huck Finn do that?
That's what we used to do when you pick apples.
World.
You rub them up. Rub them up good and then take them. That's right.
That's clean.
Kyle, you're talking about raw eggs. I'm drinking 6 before the gym today. Go ahead.
Well, just eggs in general. I had to switch my diet up about a year ago, and I started eating 2 whole eggs a day, just scrambled eggs. And then about a year, I got my cholesterol checked, and the LDL was way up. I never had issues. And so then I switched to doing some more egg whites mixed in there. So be careful with 2 whole eggs a day and your cholesterol. Just want to have you
good
watch
tip.
out for that.
So there's 2 cholesterols, right? The good and the bad.
LDL's a bad, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And the H is the good.
H is the good one, yes.
Okay. So 2 eggs a day.
But there's so many studies out there. I've heard that that's not true about the eggs. That the eggs are, they're actually kind of borderline, and it's okay to have that cholesterol because it's from something natural.
I heard that was Big Egg pushing that.
I'm not in that camp of Big Egg.
Aren't you?
No, I'm not. It took me weeks to
think
go
Big
through it.
Egg
I heard that was Big Egg pushing back on the health officials.
That it was okay to have a couple of eggs a day.
Oh, they're incredible.
Edible.
Eggs. I like them. I mean, I don't love the taste of egg. I think they're good for you. And they provide a little
You don't
protein.
love eggs?
No. I'm not a big egg fan.
I don't love them either, but I enjoy them when I have them. But I do buy the expensive ones.
I do too.
For whatever reason, I pay $7 for a dozen eggs.
Me too, and
I don't care.
And so my son broke $3 worth of eggs. He didn't care. And believe you me, when I get home today, I am going to rip him.
Well, the best part is his son didn't know to put them in the refrigerator.
No, he leaves them out too. It's another thing.
Yeah,
my son is just he doesn't know that kind of stuff. But
what does your daughter? She's 14.
I think she would.
Would she know that cool stuff goes in the cool place?
I think she would. I think she knows that there is an ice box in the house.
An ice box.
These are, well, this is about food as well. There is a woman now who has accused a custodian in her workplace of urinating in her water bottle and giving her an STD. The disgusting ordeal has come to light. Not the first time we've heard of this kind of thing either. A custodian at a Houston medical office building has been arrested because he peed in at least 12 people's water bottles while they weren't around. This woman said she got an STD because he has that STD.
I learned that I acquired an STD for which he has also come back as having tested positive for. He gave me an STD that I will have for the rest of my life. Nothing's going to change it. Nothing's going to make it better for me. In fact, I feel like for the rest of my life, I'm just going to have to be careful.
Is that the most disgusting thing you've ever heard?
Nothing's going to stop it now.
No. She apparently, a coworker offered to make her a coffee last month. She asked them if they could use water from her bottle instead of the dispenser because of the smell. Her coworker looked at her bottle and noted that it looked yellow. She raised it to her face, smelled it, said it smells like urine. They did some investigation. They put up some hidden cameras. The custodian at night was peeing in water bottles.
One of the most distinctive smells there is. I
know.
I mean, I know people have drunk things that are contaminated, but I would like to hope that with my nose I would notice.
You'd know it beforehand, right?
Kelly, you leave your bottle out.
I do. You don't think someone around here would want to urinate in my water bottle?
Absolutely. Starting with members in this room.
Yeah, it's actually one of the, it's like that Agatha Christie movie where everybody does.
Yeah. Exactly.
That crazy one where we're all the killers.
Yeah.
Who peed in my water? We've got a lot of different DNA in this thing.
There's a urinator in this room, people. We're going to find out who
There's
it is.
like 8 people that have peed in your water bottle. You've got every disease from every floor.
They've all got alibis, but they've all got urine in your jar.
This guy's name is Lucio Diaz. He said, I had no malicious intent. It's a sickness. I have to pee in water bottles. It's like something like led him to do it.
Well, in the hospital.
I don't know enough about infectious diseases, but if excuse me, if what he's got is transmitted through his urine, how is it still viable if it's just sitting out?
That's what I thought.
Cold.
He said he was not aware.
Presumably overnight.
And
I don't know
she didn't say the STD. I thought STD. Well, I mean, it's through bodily fluids, of course. But
of course,
I don't know.
But she said with her for life, which means it's one of the non-treatable ones.
That's right.
What is that?
Is that
herpes or
is it that Pamplona virus? Is that what
HPV?
HPV?
AIDS. I mean, it could be AIDS.
Could be.
Or
could be.
Our herpes are the ones that
HIV,
I thought of.
Yeah.
Not clear if anybody else tested positive for an STD, and they didn't say in the report. She didn't want to give which STD she has. That's really disgusting, isn't it? This is about vomiting as well.
He's got to go to jail for that too, right?
Oh yeah, he's been arrested. Yeah,
okay.
He's of course. I mean, that's that is really. I don't know what the exact charge would be, but he's gone on that. There's an American Airlines. It's about vomiting. Had to return a flight going to Barbados. Went back to Miami. Passenger started vomiting, uncontrollable. Why? Someone's nail polish remover had spilled out in their bag underneath the seat, and the smell was overtaking the entire place. 3 people vomited on the plane.
All right, drama queens. We've all walked past a nail salon.
Yeah, now it is a bad smell, but I don't know about vomit inducing.
Throwing up is a little over the top.
3 people vomited. 5 crew members said, we're evacuating as soon as we touch down back in Miami. They thought it might have been an attempt, like a terrorist attempt, to overtake the plane. Finally, one passenger said, oh, my gosh, I had nail polish remover in my bag. It's on me. Sorry.
That's a small amount. You can't get more than X number of ounces on a plane.
It's a little tiny jar, a bottle, and it spilled out. Several people said it caused me headaches, dizziness, confusion, and a faster pulse. But that does seem like
part of that, I'm going to imagine, is because you're in an airplane at 30,000 feet and you're not 100% sure what's going on.
Right.
So the panic could set in. I get that.
Right. And when the smell starts to come and they say, we're turning around and doing an emergency landing.
And believe you me, it's only happened to me once. 9 years ago. The last thing you want is a screaming U-turn in an airplane.
Yeah, you did have that happen once.
In Ireland. We were leaving Dublin.
Was there smoke or was it a smell?
Mystery smell. People in the back of the plane were puking.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Did you smell it?
I never did.
Even though your nose is uncanny.
Never smelled it.
Huh.
And so we make this screaming U-turn. The flight attendants say, everybody buckle up. And we were flying. I mean, we were moving. You could see all this, because we had just cleared the land of Western Ireland. And we made this screaming U-turn, and we're like flying over.
So yeah.
Oh, there's close more.
I would have peed. I would have peed my pants. I think I would have.
I was terrified.
I would have lost control of my bowels.
Because they can only say so much over the PA, and they say we're going to make an emergency landing. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I told my wife if the plane taxis to the terminal, we're probably going to be okay. But if they leave us away from the terminal, that means it's bomb, because and we were surrounded by fire trucks and all that. Ambulances.
You thought you'd explode way away from the terminal.
Yeah, they don't want you blowing up next to the terminal.
Right, of course. Yeah, it makes sense.
They'll evacuate the plane as far as they can from the terminal.
That's smart thinking, too. Did they pull you up next to the...
Right up to the terminal.
Oh, so you were good.
Oh, you were good.
And it turns out it was engine fumes.
Yeah.
And we had, I think, an extra 3 days because they couldn't get a new plane, couldn't get a crew for whatever reason.
I remember that.
And eventually they put us on the same plane.
Same plane.
Literally the same
plane coming back. That's right. You missed a couple of extra days.
I did.
Yeah. It's noted in your file.
I can see Kelly's pursed lips.
Oh, yeah.
July of 13. Yeah.
July of 13?
Yeah,
That's
I remember that. That's right. He wasn't able to get
Who
back.
could forget?
Right after he had the shingles.
That was a month after I had the shingles.
Had to miss a few days for that, too. That's in your file.
Every bit of it.
Biggie, we make a note of this.
Absolutely.
Make a note of this conversation as well. He's admitted to it. Also, this is about vomiting. This is a special report on vomiting. The 8th annual Beer Mile World Classic happened in Belgium this weekend. It's a race where you do 1 mile and you have to chug a beer just before each one of the 4 laps around the track. And it's been going on for 8 years in Belgium. The beer has to have at least 5% alcohol. So you chug it, run a lap, chug another, run a lap, all 4. Well, they have switched after 8 years from bottles to cans. No one said why. They just switched to cans. And people said it was much, much tougher because you can't drink it as quickly out of a can as you can a bottle. And so it was slowing times. People were trying to chug as fast as they could, and it induced more vomiting. There's always vomiting, but there was more this year.
I'm sure there's always puking.
Tons.
Be, yeah.
Tons.
None of us in this room is a physicist, but I would wonder if there's a difference between the burping reflex. If you get more gas
That's what they were saying.
in a can versus a bottle.
That's what a lot of the runners were saying is I felt much fuller
More
and
bloaty.
more bloaty as I made my way into the lap, and they'd stop halfway through and vomit. Now, by the way, a Canadian guy has won it for the 2nd year in a row. Last year, he set the record, 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Good Lord.
Staggeringly fast.
And he had to drink 4 beers, 4:28.
And you can't run while you're drinking, right?
No, you have to stop, chug it, and then run.
Yeah.
How can you do that? He's got to be like a world record
It's unreal.
miler.
Yeah,
That's
because the world
unbelievable.
record in the mile is what, 349?
350? Yeah, that's
350?
right. I mean, that's unbelievable. He finished 22 seconds slower this year, and he said, I blame the cans. I'm still in physical condition that can do
Do
it.
they still do that Krispy Kreme run near
They
Raleigh,
used to
North
do
Carolina?
that. They,
I don't know. Maybe they haven't done it since COVID, I don't think.
I don't remember hearing about it this
probably
year.
not. Probably
But
not.
they always had trash cans out because people puked on that too. Because
All
you have to
the
eat a
time.
dozen.
Oh, I know. You run a mile,
a mile
or a half
or
mile,
mile?
then a dozen, and then you have to run back.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
God,
they always have trash cans along the route.
it sounds awful. I mean, to me, it sounds
Does
like it does to me. I just don't think I could do that.
I think you could.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that tomorrow. Today,
Eggs.
I'm drinking 6 raw eggs today.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I'll do the donuts, and then I guess Friday I'll chug a beer and run a mile.
Yeah. Beer mile.
Should do the beer mile. I mean, the challenge is the challenge.
Yeah, and the eggs will be good for you because it'll make your coat nice and shiny.
I think so. Don't you think?